The 2020, 2021 and beyond bike sponsor for the Outsider channel and partnership is Outsiders. Hello. Yes, that just happened. That was from last week's video. Still in shock myself. I was editing that and thinking back like, wow, this channel's only been around 2 years now. And I remember thinking like, I hope anyone, just like a couple of people watch this video I'm about to make. And now there's thousands of you, and we've got brands like YT, they're backing the channel. That brings us to the elephant in the room. Yes, I said the channel is sponsored by YT. There's a big difference I think I need to talk about because I'm a humble guy and I need to get this out there. I'm not sponsored by YT for my professional athleticism. I think I'm a good rider, but I'm not training for the World Cup for 2021. No, I'm aware. That being said, I'm more than excited that YT is choosing to back the channel. Yeah, I'm not young talent by any means. That's what YT's motto is, but I am a young channel, so I feel like that philosophy rings true to what they're doing with us here. The channel's fairly new. If they wanted to back a huge channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and all that stuff, we're not there yet. But they are believing what we're doing now, and they're starting a relationship with me and you and the channel from this standpoint on because we're going places and they're coming with us. That being said, I'm gonna move into today's video because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're building bikes, we're riding bikes, we're talking about bikes. Yes, you saw the thumbnail. My new bike right now that we're about to put together is the 2021 Capra Elite. It's the highest end Capra that YT has to offer. I'm happy to be on it. It's a beautiful bike. So on the other end of this introduction, I'm gonna hand you back over to myself right over here, and we're gonna put this thing together really quick. And I say really quick because it comes pretty much assembled. So if I can do it, you can do it. From there, we're gonna do some glam shots with Deb, and then we're gonna break down the bike components and give you some beauty shots and talk about what the hell is on this bike. From there, we're gonna get our first ride up in the mountains. So I'm gonna shut up because we got some things to do, and I'll meet you back here in a sec. Step one, get the bike from the truck. You kinda need the bike. All right, we're gonna put YT to the test right now. Their bikes come kind of dummy proof. That's why I'm calling it, not them. I'm a dummy mechanic. The basics is all I know when it comes to bikes. I'm gonna admit that. The intricacies are something that I am not really good at. So if I can do this, you can do this. And to prove that, we're going with no bike stand, a rigged cardboard box so I don't lose any pieces, and just the bike box it came in. I'm not using any of my own tools, just what comes in the box. I'm gonna go from start to finish, and let's see how this goes. Inspection car, there we go. Checks down the line. Rock Hung put this together on 7/13. Thanks, Rock. Appreciate that, buddy. We're good to go. Me first, doesn't get more simple than that. Ooh, we got the toolbox. Look at that. Beauty, looking good. All right, what do you say we cut the umbilical cord and we get her cleaned off? That sounded gross. It sounded better in my head. My first real look at the bike. This thing looks beauty. The gold pops. Oof, so excited about this. Just gonna follow these instructions. Much easier than an IKEA situation. This looks really easy. So I'm gonna get started, you guys. In the rear. Screw the derailleur bolt in. Do not tighten because we still have to adjust. We need to attach the rear wheel. I read the instructions, but this is pretty basic stuff too. I'm gonna remove the packaging here. So what I did here is hit this little lock button here that keeps the derailleur open so that I can work within it. Save this if you want to do some bike bag transports or anything like that. Take the spacer out of the rotor. Save this guy too. If you want to do a bike bag transport, you can just put those back in. lock. Now we're under the front. Basics here, guys, basics. You don't need a manual for this guy. Just line up the rotor into the brake. Tighten. Front brake is mounted on the left hand side. Thank God. Guys, and that's it. I feel kind of silly doing a bike build over this because I gotta be honest with you, the thing comes pretty much put together. All you're really doing is attaching a couple pieces. Everything else is already set up for you. Super easy. If I can do it, you can do it. No bike stand, just some cardboard on the ground right now. I'm gonna head down to YT tomorrow, put some pedals on this bad boy. And when I come back here tomorrow, we're gonna do some glam shots with Deb. We're gonna go over the build. We're gonna go over the specs, all the components. Then and only then, we're gonna get our first ride in this thing. Here we go. The Capra Elite, only available with 29-inch wheels. Yep, I'm moving up from 27s. Sharing the same carbon frame as the previous high-end model, the Capra 29 Pro Race, this newly released Capra now features a new, stiffer Fox 38 fork with a 2021 Fox Flow XT factory shock, both with 170 millimeters of travel. The Elite's higher-end spec also includes a SRAM X01 Eagle drivetrain, with a 1052 cassette making for a larger range for better climbing. Much appreciated on an enduro bike, and I'm definitely looking forward to that range increase. The cockpit holds the Renthal logo with an Apex stem and 800mm fat bar carbon handlebars, which I decided to chop down to 780, just personal preference. As for the brakes, we're looking at SRAM's Code RSCs. The Elite's dropper post is a Fox transfer factory with 125 to 175 millimeters of stroke depending on the frame size. As for the tires, YT's gone with the Maxxis build this time around, with an Assegai XO 2.5 at the front and a Minion DHR2 2.4 with XO Plus in the rear. Rounding things out is an E13 LG1 Race carbon wheel set, adding even more carbon bling to the build. Besides the awesome components, this slate color with gold pops really brings the entire bike to life. First ride on the newbie. This thing is butter right now. Loving these tires too. That's the guy up front, I could already feel that grip. Woo! So smooth this thing is. Whoa, flat. That was a first. There you go, guys. What more do you ask for in a new bike day vid, right? First ride, build, glam shots with Deb. I'm not going to get into specifics on first impressions because I haven't had enough time in the bike yet. By next week's video, we're going to break down, I'm going to take this bike on its first trail ride. We're going to climb, we're going to hit Laguna, some of my favorite trails, and we're going to get into some stuff at the end of the vid and tell you what I've noticed and how the 29s are feeling, how the components are feeling, because I'm doing a bit of a switch here from the Remedy. So a 27 Remedy, now we're moving up to a 29 Capra, a pure enduro bike. How does it ride on the trails? We're going to find out. So like, subscribe, all that good stuff, you guys, and I'll see you back here next week.